Alrighty, good Tuesday evening, everyone. We are now tracking Hurricane Francine that's churning northeast in the Gulf. We're going to go over all the latest information on, of course, what you're seeing on your screen is Hurricane Francine. You can see it's really blowing up thunderstorms around the center. It is starting to develop a little bit of an eye wall as well. So we're going to go over the latest Air Force reconnaissance, what they have found. And we're going to go over the latest 10 o'clock Central advisory as well, including all the watches and warnings across the Gulf Coast. And this is making a beeline right towards the Louisiana coast. And what impacts inland will it have? We're going to go over that as well. But please, first, if you click this like button on Facebook, same over on YouTube as well. Make sure you comment where you're from. Helps with algorithms as well. And if you're over on you're over on YouTube, please subscribe. It is like liking a page on Facebook. Hit that subscribe button. Hit all of notifications, and you'll be notified every time we go live over on YouTube as well. All right, let's get into all the latest information on Hurricane Francine. All right, here is the latest on Hurricane Francine. There's actually an update from the Air Force reconnaissance we're going to go over in just a minute, but this is a 10 p.m. advisory. It says maximum sustained winds at 75 miles per hour, moving northeast at 10 miles per hour as well. You can see all the red here, hurricane warnings. Well, inland, we have a hurricane watch now over Lake Pontchartrain and the metro of New Orleans. So stay up to date on there because this system is moving a little bit more further east than what was expected just a few days ago. All this in the purple or tropical storm warnings, which includes basically all of southern Mississippi, even over towards southern Alabama now. This is including Gulf Shores, Mobile, all the way over towards southern Mississippi. And we have tropical storm watches well inland, all the way up into south central Mississippi as well. And this thing will start going north as we go throughout the rest of the week into Thursday, into Friday, and really slow down as it hits the Boot Heel, Missouri. There's still a wide range of places this could end up as it goes up towards the Mississippi River Valley. Could end up over in Arkansas. Could end up over in more towards Tennessee, Kentucky. All depends on track on who's going to get the heavier rain and who's not. All right. So latest watches and warnings. Okay, so changes with this advisory. Tropical storm warning from High Island to Sabine Pass has been discontinued. The hurricane warning from Cameron to Vermilion Cameron line has been replaced with tropical storm warning. A storm surge warning has been discontinued west of Cameron, Louisiana as well. We're going to go over all the watches and warnings here. So storm surge warning is in effect for Cameron, Louisiana to the Mississippi, Alabama border, Vermilion Bay, Lake Pontchartrain. Hurricane warning is in effect for Louisiana coast from Vermilion Cameron line eastward to Grand Isle. There's also a storm surge watch in effect from the Mississippi, Alabama border to the Alabama, Florida border. This is including Mobile Bay in Alabama. Hurricane watch is in effect for Lake Pontchartrain, including Metro New Orleans. So that's something to keep an eye on there. Tropical storm warning is in effect from Louisiana coast east of Sabine Pass over to Cameron line, east of Grand Isle, Louisiana to the Alabama, Florida border. And then, of course, Lake Pontchartrain, including Metro New Orleans, is already under a tropical storm warning, even though they're under a hurricane watch as well. All right, let's take a look at the latest reconnaissance. There's actually an update from the National Hurricane Center as of 10:20, as of 10:20. That is. So let's take a look at that. All right, here is an update from the National Hurricane Center. Air Force hurricane hunters find Francine has strengthened. This is at 10:20 p.m. So the graphics have not been updated yet, but this thing is up. The winds have went up to 85 mile per hour sustained winds with higher gusts, probably upwards of 100 miles per hour. Now it's moving northeast at 10. Central pressure is down to 979 millibars. So this thing is starting to strengthen pretty rapidly. So something to keep an eye on there. All right, let's go over the latest storm surge issues we're going to have as well. All right, here's the latest storm surge forecast from the National Hurricane Center. So Vermilion to Cameron line, Louisiana to Port Fourchon in Louisiana, 5 to 10 feet of storm surge is possible, maybe locally higher. Vermilion Bay, 5 to 10 feet. Port Fourchon, Louisiana to the mouth of Mississippi River, 4 to 7 feet. Cameron, Louisiana to Vermilion Cameron line in Louisiana, 3 to 5 feet. Over towards basically the Mississippi Alabama border, 3 to 5 feet. Lake Pontchartrain now has been upped to 3 to 5 feet of storm surge across there. All right, so the deepest water will occur along the immediate coast near to and east of the landfall location, where the surge will be accompanied by large and dangerous waves as well. The storm surge is not expected to pose a threat to the risk of reduction system levees. However, there will be some threat of some overtopping of local levees across parts of Louisiana. So please keep up with information with your local officials as well as there could be some mandatory evacuations out there uh, it's into some of these low-lying areas. So please stay up on the local, and make sure if they tell you to get out, just go ahead and get out. Better safe than sorry. All right. So let's go over rainfall over the next few days as this heads inland as well. Of course, with that track becoming just a little bit further east now, there is a risk of bigger rainfall amounts now into western half of Tennessee, western half of Kentucky now, far eastern Arkansas, basically all of Mississippi now, parts of Alabama, over towards the Florida Panhandle as well. There's going to be locally upwards of a foot of rain in through parts of Louisiana with 4 to 8 inches, basically for most of Mississippi into western Tennessee, possibly some locally higher amounts, and then it really dies off as you get into eastern Arkansas, probably 1 to 3 inches, depending on location. And then as you get towards central Arkansas, we're talking maybe a quarter inch to an inch, possibly. Like I said, all depends on track. If this thing comes on shore, starts coming immediately north, Arkansas into more of Missouri will be in play with some more heavier rain. But as of right now, all of Mississippi in through parts of western Kentucky into western Tennessee could be getting several inches of rain, and they are undergoing a lot of drought through that area as well, parts of Kentucky through Tennessee. So this is a welcome relief, but too much of a good thing could come all at once. All right. All right, this is not the only system we're watching. We're watching a system out in parts of the Atlantic as well. 80% chance of formation over the next 7 days. Environmental conditions appear favorable for gradual development of the system, and a tropical depression will likely form during the later part of this week as this system moves west northwestward at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So there's going to be another storm system we'll be talking about. But we need to get through Francine first because it's going to be almost a Cat 2 and landfall possibly, with gusts, upwards of 110, 115 miles per hour, maybe even higher, right along the coast into Louisiana. Once this thing gets inland, this thing's going to undergo a lot of shear. Dry air is going to start getting entrained in it, into the center, kind of rip it apart. But there's still going to be a ton of rain with this system, but it should weaken pretty rapidly as it heads, um, as it makes landfall and heads inland. Okay, so like I said, we have multiple systems we're watching here. Like I said, Francine's over here in the Gulf. We have another system over here that has a 30% chance in the yellow here of formation over the next 7 days. And like I said, the red area here, we have an 80% chance of formation over the next 7 days. And more than likely, it will be a tropical depression before the end of the week. All right, so that's all the latest as of right now. Stay weather aware. Listen to your local authorities, especially in Louisiana. If they tell you to leave, you need to leave, okay? Because storm surge is going to be a major player, 5 to 10 feet, possibly locally higher amounts. Like I said, Metro New Orleans, you are under hurricane watch as of 10 o'clock. This latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. We will be um, going live again probably tomorrow night as well, but we will be posting updates on Facebook most of the day. We have been every day. Every time there's an update from the National Hurricane Center, there is a post with all the latest information on there straight from the National Hurricane Center on our Facebook page. And please give us a follow on Facebook or give us a follow over on YouTube as well. And then if you're not seeing any posts, like I said, we've been having some algorithm issues on Facebook. Search our page. Like I said, make sure you follow it. Make sure you favorite it so it comes up on your feed faster. And the more times you comment or react with that like button on our post, our post will start showing up in your feed a lot faster. All right. Stay safe out there. Uh, and like I said, we'll have continuous updates on our Facebook page going through tomorrow as well. Landfall is probably tomorrow evening. So need a rush to completion by tomorrow morning and then basically start hunkering down. Or if they tell you to get out, you need to get out, especially in Louisiana. Stay safe out there. Thank you so much for watching.